Hello, welcome to the Land Timber Stream. Hope you're having a good night. It is Wednesday night. For some reason it seems like it's later than that this week, but it's not. It's just been part of that could be because of my vacation, my time off. But anyway, hope it's going well, and we are making good progress here on the CCIE, getting ready for 47 days. I think that's right. Day 324 of the journey, of logging the journey anyway. And we're starting infrastructure security. So a new section, but really looking forward to it. Let's start up some tunes here as well, folks. Why not? Hope that's not too loud. I think that's about right. All right, so upcoming target dates. So this is what I've got in mind, right? 47 days left. I'm already in the 40s, which is a little concerning. Soon I'll be in the 30s, 20s, 10s. But we're approaching that December 31st written date, and my goal is by the end of this month, finish network lessons units 4, 5, and 6, along with flashcard reviews. So let's pull up network lessons, and I'll show you where I'm at. May not have that open at the moment. Let me go ahead and open that. That's probably going to be a good meat chunk. I haven't really determined yet. I haven't had time to read it. It's been a busy day. So let's go to CCI written, and as of, I want to say Monday, I finished out VPN technologies, finally. Man, that was a long section, but a good one because it was one I really needed. So now we're forging ahead into infrastructure security, device security, and SNMP. So after that, we got control plane policing. Not a long section here. However, when we get here, this is going to be taking up most of the time. So wow, there's a lot here. So I hope to get through device security by the start of this weekend. In other words, today and tomorrow, I hope to get through these and at least start on network security, because I really need to get a good bit of labbing done on this weekend, because that means I'll be going into the following week, hopefully with infrastructure services, logging QoS. Yeah, this is big. So there's a lot still to cover, folks. We're gonna have to keep a good pace. NTP, DHCP, man, there's so much left to cover. Network optimization, NetFlow, EEM. Man, I got a long ways to go. So we're gonna try to keep a good pace going here. I did decide that I do want to lab some of this. We're gonna have to do fewer labs though, for sure. If I'm even somewhat remotely familiar with it, I'm gonna have to skip the lab portion and just keep on moving through the material. So let me check this here. We got a little bit of interestingness going on. Let's see how that works. Anyway, so that leads us to tonight. Written progress is going well. The router collage, the lab from hell, whatever you want to call it, it is pretty big. I think I got the 64 routers. 61, yeah, might be 64 devices. And what I did is in Azure, I felt like I was overloading it, right? So we needed to go a bigger VM size up, which this is the one I created on stream. If you're not aware, I did upload a new YouTube video because I got a lot of questions about, how to do this in Azure, and I need to turn this volume down because it's so I created a bigger VM and I imported the big lab in there, and it kind of choked. I got some triangles, like it could not load the nodes at all. The CPU went to 100%, even though it's got 20 vCPUs. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. We'll have to see. It is a different, slightly different type. And music, you're going off. Sorry, too distracting. So that's the progress on that. I'm not using that at the moment. We're back to the other lab, but this time with SNMP, because I really wanted to load an SNMP application on here. So I was thinking, I could do solar winds, but in Network Lessons, they recommend another product called Observium. So I thought, okay, let's give that a shot. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the SNMP lab. Let me collapse this. Let's make this neat. Introduction to SNMP. I started working on this a little bit. I have not had much time. But basically, we need to create an SNMP server. And in order to do that, I found out that I needed to upload a Ubuntu image to EVE-NG. So I'm going to kind of walk you through that here in a moment. Let's boot up our VM that I used. My I have 3 days left on my credits, and it's getting kind of tight, so I'm being very aggressive about shutting down the VM now the last 3 days. But I found out, okay, so what I need to do to install Observium, it can be installed on Ubuntu. But in order to do that, I need to load a Ubuntu image into the lab in EVE-NG, which is not hard to do. And I need to connect my Ubuntu VM inside of EVE-NG to the internet. So that is where I left off. So I followed this link here. This is the first step. So this is how they have actually pre-made, prepared images that you can go and download. And so what I did is I logged into a Windows machine in Azure, went to this link, and I downloaded the Ubuntu 1604 desktop. Okay, 1.67 gig. So I downloaded that. I made the necessary changes to add it as an image that I can now select. And this is this link here. The only thing I had to change was one little QEMU custom option. And then here's the image, here's the user, password, the recommended settings, and all. That was very simple. So I created a new lab. We've been working on the same lab for a while, but I actually created a new one. I'll show it to you here in a second. See, that was quick. Booted up quick. And let's move this over here. I'm trying to remember, have I done this before? I've added a Kali Linux Docker image, but I don't think I've ever added just a Linux VM inside the lab. Okay, where are you? SNMP Labs, here you are. So yeah, I added this. I just basically add a node, and now I have a Linux option here. Virtual PCs as well, besides from the iOS. Don't have much else in here yet. But I started to build this and I realized, okay, I need a cloud to connect in Azure. I need a cloud to connect the Linux VM to the internet. So for that, right before eating dinner, I found this post right here, and this basically explains exactly how to do it. And this works in Azure from what I can tell so far. So you have to create an interface, a DHCP server, NAT that interface, and you're good to go. And that's really all there is to it. And it works. So I'm going to start this up. And I'm also going to connect this router, because what I want to do is I want I have to see how I can manage this. You know what I should do is I should connect. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if this will allow me to contact this router. If not, then what we'll do is I'll put a network in between this and the NAT cloud, because the NAT cloud uses a NAT interface, obviously. But this is where I'm at on this lab, folks. So before I can really start this SNMP lab, we need to go ahead and get this thing connected to the internet. And let's get it. Let's get this software installed. That is where we are at. So let me get things a little more organized here. Feeling a little all over the place right now. Just it's been a busy day, a lot going on. So let's move him out of the way and let's get our mind clear here. Okay, there we go. So this is these are the installation steps for Observium. And here's our desktop. So uh-oh, unreachable. Okay. I wonder if I have to redo some of what I did before. I hope not. Oh, okay. It's still kind of, it's still working. What I've noticed is, yeah, these devices, see how the interfaces are down by default? You know what? Let's configure show. We may have to reboot this guy. Sometimes that does a trick. Okay, there we go. Finally. All right. It just takes it a minute. Interesting. All right. Oh, he got a DHCP address from over here. So the DHCP service is probably not running. That's probably the issue. So let's correct that. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if that's the case. So let's move this here and go back to our agenda, which we're going to move also to a new desktop. And we're going to move it over here. This is so the DHCP service, it must not be running. That must be the issue. And I wonder how we can ensure that that starts up. Let's see. System control. Okay, that must be the issue. Synchronizing state. Okay. How do I enable this on boot up? Trying to get internet to your host. Hey, site of origin. Yes, I am. And this was working earlier. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the release and renew function on Linux. I do not remember. So what I had is I'm going to shut down On this router, I'm going to remove DHCP because I had this working earlier. No IP, DHCP pool. DHCP underscore pool. And no IP DHCP excluded address. Yeah, I did that the other day. You can set up the cloud network and let it pull access from your LAN and then set up NAT inside on the router. Yes. That is exactly it. So what I'm going to do here now is show interface status. Well, no, that's not the right command on the router, but GI00. Yeah, so what you're saying inside of Origin is you could connect a router, then do NAT on your router and put a switch and anything else behind it, right? I'm just going to, for now, see if this works. I just want to do a simple test of SNMP. I have done it that way in the past before. And I'm trying to remember on Ubuntu, release and renew DHCP Ubuntu. I used to know how to do all this stuff. Type it, show the type to send the purpose of the DHCP. Now bring the interface back up. Oh yeah, if down, right? This is an interesting name. ENS3 if config. I should say multicast need a VLC, but obviously no connection inside of EVNG to my Ubuntu hosts. Oh, okay. Oh, was that for the multicast that you did with the you were using VLC as a sender? I remember that video. I want to do that too at some point. That was good stuff. I'm just going to reboot. We'll just do that, and we'll see. Wonder, did it get an IP address? Internet address will be negotiated using DHCP. So not yet negotiated. I've done this before in my home lab. I've never attempted it before in Azure. This did work earlier today though. Test. And I think it might just come down to sort of an order of operations thing, but theoretically we should be able to oh, the enable does tell it to start whenever the system boots. And maybe it did, I don't know. Okay, it's working on it. Disconnected. Yeah, it did this. I remember the first time I booted up. It did this for a while, and it did eventually get a network interface. Or a network address. There were a lot of things it asked me to do, though. I remember that. Let me just make sure everything is still here. This was in Etsy, DHCP Cat, DHCP, Oh, wow. Did it take this out? No, it didn't. Okay. It's still there. Yep, and there's PNet 9, so that's good. And PNet 9 is generally bound. This is PNet 0. But PNet 9 is supposed to be a link to PNet 0. Yeah, this IP tables, this is where the natting is set up. And man, I do not remember much about IP tables. It's been a while. Maybe it's not in there. Do I have to enter this each time? I shouldn't. We got a new cheer. All right, thank you for this 500 bits side of origin. Cheer 500, make it rain some bits on all of the networks. We are going to try, sir. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. And I know it's probably a little late for you. Appreciate you checking in. Across the pond, I'm assuming, tonight. So yeah, thank you for that support. Appreciate it, man. We're going to make these bits rain down here. Hopefully they're all good. So far, we have some missing bits. They're not necessarily good or bad yet. I'm wondering if I need to put this IP tables back in because, let's see, list, UBUNTU list rules IP tables. Man, that's generous. I really that's nice. I appreciate that. Run IP tables /s. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, router doesn't know what that is. Yeah, I don't see my rule. That's probably the issue. I wonder, does it remove that? Proxysnet Echo 1. So I wonder if I have to do this every time. Well, let's try it. Echo 1. Proxysnet. Actually, cat proxysnet IPv4 IP. Okay. IP underscore forward. Echo 1. That's the other thing is PNet 9 should have an IP. And it doesn't. Okay, for some reason, none of this sticks. So what I'll probably have to do is just add this as a startup script. Because, all right, so let's shut down. All right. These windows are annoying me. Come on. Here we go. I'm going to stop you. Stop you. And I'm actually going to delete this. And we're going to go back to the beginning. All right, let's do this again. IP address add. Echo 1 proc sys net IPv4. And then IP tables tnet post routing o pnet 0. Come on, Windows, why can't you just line up in order I want you to? .255. .0/24 masquerade. IP tables. T nat a post routing. Oh, I left out the A. Okay. DHCP server is already installed. Interface is already done. System control already started. Okay, we should be good to go, but those other items just did not. I wonder if we should stop. System CTL stop IC DHCP server. Oh, left that out. System CTL stop ISC DHCP server. And system start. All right, so now go back to our lab here. Add a network. Cloud9. Put that here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another network here. And we're going to connect him. I may be pushing my luck here a little bit, but we'll see. Network to network, yeah. No, it doesn't. I don't think it wants me to do that. Oh, well, shoot. That's all right. Fine, then. We will add a switch here. Actually, what we'll do is do this. E0 to GI00. Now, add this. There we go. Now we've got router 1. And router 2. One big happy family. Let's start him up. It seems like after a change in the topology, I have to wait a little while before attempting to start up a node that needs, yeah, see how that works? So that's okay. We're at least beginning to understand kind of the guts of what's happening here. This should already be configured with these on the same subnet or VLAN. Yeah, so I will need to make this a what are my options here? Toggle line wrap, copy. Okay, where's VS Code? Interesting. So you would assume if you took a look at this page that when you see this snippet here, that when you say copy, oh, so you're doing me the courtesy of letting me know that I can do Control-C to copy. Oh, thank you very much. That was like super helpful information. I know I'm very cynical. I just want stuff to work today, and I've got so much to get done. So we're going to copy. We're going to use the extremely useful hint there that we can use Command-C to copy. Very grateful for that. I appreciate that. If you'd never told me that, man, I would have never known. So we may need to turn this into some sort of bash script. So now let's check on our topology here. Hey, intug satsiner? Intug satsiner or satsiner. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the Lantern Stream. Hope you're having a good day. We're learning some new stuff today, playing with some new things, so pretty excited here. Yeah, all these are on VLAN 1. As a matter of fact, this should be Spanish Tree Port Fast Edge. So yeah, should be good. Now all we need to do is boot up our Linux box, and it should be able to obtain a DHCP address. Wow, that was fast. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's just the default. Yes, I'm getting thousands. How can I message them back with coding? Answers will be the same. No idea. Oh, I'm already connected. That's good. No idea. Oh yeah, there we go. Ping 101.101. Okay, good. We have internet. Internet is up. So now we can get to our install of this software here. Let's move it to our active screen. And let's pop this off and minimize this. Okay. You are really small text here, man. Really small text. As an automated install script for use on it. Okay, use it as easy as download, run it, answer a few simple questions. With. Okay, that's what we want to do. Oh, shoot. It's not going to. Can we go to docs.observium.org? Let's just do that. docs.observium.org install Debian. And let's copy this. Nice. Okay, we'll change mod. Fair enough. And next we will do this. Oh, okay. Okay, welcome to Observium Automatic Install Script. Please choose which version of Observium you would like to install. We will do number 1. Choose a MySQL root password. Okay, sure. Cool, I've never used this before, but if it can do basic SNMP, that is really all we need. Community edition, configuration. Oh man, it uses Apache. Oh my gosh, this is getting kind of involved. I really didn't want. Jeez. This may not be worth it. Oh, that's the automated. Okay, good. All right. Web-based configuration. Using Observium. Adding devices. Okay, cool. Adding devices, form as add. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, good. I think that's really what we need. And let's put that over there for now and watch this run. And in the meantime, let's check our lesson on what we're going to be setting up here for SNMP. Okay, this is using a lot of the basics. All right, we're going to go with SNMP v2. There is no lesson for SNMP v1. Well, it does talk about it a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty basic, right? So let's go to our router. And let's actually check on this router here and see if we boot it up, if it can also get an IP address. All right, we don't need you. You can go away, you can go away. You can go away. And where did my routers go? There you are. So let's boot up. This guy should get a DHCP address as well. And they should be able to talk to each other. We'll actually go ahead and boot this one also. And what we'll do is we'll delete that. And we'll add a custom shape here real quick. And this is going to be our little network right here. Okay, so let's look in on this router and on this router. Okay, package is installing, that's good. I wonder if we can do something about this resolution here. It's pretty there we go. Man, I've not used this in a while. Edition. $800 by $600. All right, I'm not gonna worry about that too much. I don't want to break anything. All right, this is combining will mean that all download will be placed in a single file you specified. Okay, good for you. Okay, system settings. Okay. All right, let's check on our routers. Show IP interface brief. Okay, I didn't save the settings. Default interface jet00. IP address DHCP, no shut. And let's see what happens here. There we go. Ping. Sweet. Ping 1.1.1.1. Yeah, all right, we have internet access, cool. And we should be able to ping our neighbor over here. Ping 192.168.205.10. Yes, good deal. All right, so they can see each other. And once we have SNMP working, well, we can go ahead and configure some of this. Let's check router 2 as well. Okay, interface yeah 00, IP address, DHCP, no shut. Save that. Okay. And what we're going to do here is SNMP server location. We're going to say Azure EU2. Well, we need to do SNMP server community and a community string. So this is our SNMP v2c basically, and we're going to say cloud Eve and RO. And we're going to set the same over here, router 2. Okay, we have an IP address. Awesome. SNMP server community cloud Eve RO and SNMP server location EU2, well, we'll say EU2 SNMP server. What are some of our options here? Wow, there's a lot. Location, EU2. Chassis ID, community, contact, context, drop, enable, engine ID, file transfer, group, host, interface index, persistence, inform. Okay, yeah, IP, location, manager, packet size, queue length, queue limit, source interface, system shutdown. Enable use of the SNMP reload command. Okay. Oh, that's, I guess, a remote device telling us to reboot. Interesting. Is it asking me to do something? Toolbar, you need to like move out of the way, man. No, it's not asking me to do anything yet. Finished. Finished with something anyway. Total wall clock time, 6 minutes and 12 seconds. We actually should change our time zone probably. That's probably important with SNMP. Okay, SNMP server contact. etphonehome.com. SNMP server contact etphonehome.com. Let's do the switch too. Why not? SNMP server community cloud Eve RO. Cloud Eve RO. SNMP server contact etphonehome.com. Excuse me. Okay. SNMP server location EU2. These two steps are not required. It's useful. Yes, it is. Okay. So now this is where we start to do, we want to do our server. Do show run section SNMP. Okay. RO, that's set to RO. Do show run section SNMP. This is different. Oh, chassis ID? I didn't set that, but that's different from the switch. Okay. Interesting. So, and this is important, I think, to remember, is we're going to say SNMP server host, and this is the IP of our server. Oh, hey, it worked. Okay, to activate the you need to run service Apache 2 restart. Set the server name directive globally to express this message. Create first time Observium admin user. Okay, would you like to install the Unix agent and monitor this host? Sure. Device is success. Done. Unix agent is installed and the server is now monitored by Observium. Installation finished. Use your web browser and log into the web interface with the account you just created. And add your first device. Is it that easy? Really? We shall see. HTTP localhost. Hey, what do you know? Is it working? Didn't like that, huh? Said something about I needed to restart. Oh, maybe it didn't work. Invalid arguments. Okay. And we'll do 10. So we'll say add user PHP. Username, password, and level. Okay. There we go. Add user PHP. Eve admin. Okay, here we go. evadmin. Hey, all right, sweet. Device is up. That is this device. And we are in Sao Paulo, apparently. All right, one thing I want to do is change the time here. Oh, it thinks we're in London. Okay. And there's just not enough room to see everything on the screen here. Okay, do me a big favor and save. That's kind of gross. Okay. Sweet. All right, so I guess we want to add a device. Yeah. This is current devices. Okay, not really sure. Don't really care about the map. Okay, here's some more info. Overview. This clicks and then goes away. I wonder if there's a way to. Oh. Okay, let's give this a shot. Get an idea. Let's go to our Windows VM and see if we can browse to this bad boy. Oh no, because it's natted. Nah, it won't be able to. Here we go. Now I can start to see the menu. That's more like it. Okay, add a device. Here we go. Okay, so R1 SNMP server host is going to be, what is this guy's IP address? .255.10. So it is 192.825.10. Version 2c. Cloud Eve. And then SNMP server enable traps. NHRP MIB is not enabled. Why do I care about that? Trap generation suppressed. However, configuration change is effective. Okay. Thanks for telling me that, I guess. SNMP server host. Version 2c. And what are the options here? Yeah, 2c. 2 is not even an option. SNMP server enable traps. Show run include traps. Oh, okay, I see. So it went and tried to enable a lot of these different trap types, and it could not do NHRP. Okay, that's understandable. That's okay. It's fine. We'll let that pass. We're not going to throw you in the trash anyway, where all the other even G routers have been retired over the years. We still find you useful. We are not in a throwaway society here. Not yet. We value each and every one of our little routers. Until we're done with them, and then we throw them away into the bin. Enable traps. Okay, so we got 3 devices here. Okay, so in order to add the device, let's see if we just figure out without having to worry about anything about documentation. R1, v2c, UDP 161, interesting, okay. SNMP community is Cloud Eve, I think we said, right? v2c, UDP, interesting options there. Default is port 161, timeout 1, retries 5. Add device. Let's see what happens. Could not ping R1. Oh, we probably need to just put the IP address here. Do show 192.168.255.11. Device added. All right. And let's go with, who is the other one? Do show IP interface brief. Probably since these are, let's do this. Let's, well, this is fine. This is fine. We're not trying to build a golden palace here. 12, and this guy needs an IP, doesn't he? He needs a management IP. First, let's make sure no IP routing. And then interface VLAN 1, IP address. Oh, really? All right, we're not gonna worry about the switch. Just the 2 routers. All right, good deal. So they were added. Good, good. Okay, now let's look at all devices. Okay, it knows it's Cisco. It knows the iOS. It knows the uptime. Sweet. All right. Pretty simple. Processor I/O draw error. Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. Probably doesn't have enough data yet. Operating system, contact, etphoneHome.com. That is correct. Ports, event log. Oh, so these are events. It was actually able to go back in time a little bit. IP added. Yeah, nice. Health. Interesting. This is a virtual machine, basically, this router. I have to say, though, this is very simple to set up. Yep, these are up, these are off. There's a null zero interface. Is that right? ARP table. Man, this Observium was really simple to set up. Generic x86. Look at the user virtual machine. Look at the Linux version running here on this image. That is the alerts, logs. All right, let's generate some traps, I guess. The way we can do that is, let's say we install a routing protocol. Let's create a loopback. Interface L 2 IP address 2.2.2.2 and over here interface L1 and let's do some router EIGRP. And over here, network 192.168.250. Okay, so we should have a new adjacency. We should have some traps. Well, those may not be alerts, though. MIBs discovered. Okay, cool. Version changed. Neighbors added. That was just now, I guess. This is pretty cool stuff. Ports. Let's see if it detected those other ports being up now. The loopbacks. Aha, yes it did. And I tell you, this Observium was really simple. Okay, I'll bet we can generate a trap by let's shut down an interface. And this is router 2. Network device, here's router 2. I guess alerts are something that I would have to generate. Okay, so it's in the logs. Routing, EIGRP, check it out. That. S100 and this, and he has one peer, 2 ports, 1 neighbor, 1 route. Man, and all this is free. Hey, dude, for him, he made it. How's it going, dude, for him? Hope you're having a good Wednesday hump day. We were playing with SNMP. I got this running, this SNMP server, Observium, which is free. And pretty darn cool. It's actually easier to work with this thing like this. So I'm going to have this in the links for the agenda. But yeah, essentially I I created a new lab in EVE-NG, in the cloud, of course. I uploaded a UBUNTU image. So this is a good time to sort of just regroup and see where we're at. Yeah, it's pretty simple. The only little gotcha I found is creating this NAT cloud. It seems like on each reboot, I had to, like, I shut down the lab for dinner and then I came back and restarted the VM, and I had to redo 3 of these commands. So I'll probably just create that as a startup script. And it's these 3 here. So I had to do this, the IP forwarding rule, the IP tables, and then I just had to start the DHCP server. So not a big deal, but yeah, and this Observium, which I'm sure this is a community edition, so I'm sure there are limits. Let's actually see. I'm sure it's only like 10 nodes or something, but it's pretty slick for a free number of monitor devices is unlimited. Full auto discovery, network mapping through discovery protocols. Oh, it doesn't have automated grouping, threshold state and syslog alerting. Okay. IPSLA pseudowire and class-based QoS metrics, RESTful API. Okay, that makes sense. But hey, for free, for a lab, this is great. I mean, you really don't expect too much for free, right? But this was recommended by networklessons, and so far I've been pretty happy with it. So I set all these for DHCP. I configured these for SNMP version 2c, and they're working. Now let's go on to version 3. And this is where it gets a little more interesting because you can do authentication and encryption, right? So with v3, you have the new security model. You can do users, groups, and 3 different levels. So users are applied to group, and access policies will be applied to group. So you can determine what groups have read or write access, read-write, and which MIBs they should have access, be able to access. So this is the infamous, and I have historically done poorly on this. So you know what I want to do for this is let's look at, folks, last night, I haven't really mentioned it, but last night here in Orlando, we had a bit of a meetup. Oh, I like his new, this is a cool new background. Yeah, necrocube.com. So I got to meet the author of behind this blog, and that is Jedediah Casey. Oh, this changes, doesn't it? Between the two. Ooh, I like it. So each time you get something different. Sharp guy. It was really nice meeting. We had a nice talk, sat down at a restaurant, and show IP interface brief, or Tony E was there as well. And it took me an hour and 10 minutes to get where they were. But he ended up taking a picture, and it was kind of funny because, yeah, here's his photo. So this is us last night at this restaurant, and Jed's a tall guy, and this is Network Bruh, who I just found out about his YouTube. I'm going to be posting his YouTube channel. What was the occasion? Tony E was in town on for work, so we just decided to get together. All the three of us are in the Orlando area, so but we had never gotten together before, so we took advantage of it and got together. And yeah, I was talking to Jed about his flashcards. One, how helpful they've been to me, and he's actually thinking of going back and revisiting them because he has until July to take the lab exam again, to retake it. He's taken it once, failed it. He blogged about that on his blog here. He's going to retake it. He's already paid for it, actually, so it just hasn't been scheduled a date, but he's going to retake it before July. But if for some reason he doesn't pass then, or he doesn't have an opportunity to take it, whatever the case may be, he will have to retake the written. Like, let's say he's not ready in July and he wants to schedule it for later. Well, that will be like 18 months since he's taken the written. So he'll have to go back and retake the written to extend his time to be able to do the lab, right? So he says if he does that, he's going to go back and revisit the over 3,500 flashcards that he made. But I want to check here as well because another resource that is really awesome that he has is the mind map. Are there multiple versions of it? Okay. I want to see what he has because I haven't visited this in a while. And I want to see how he has it broken down on SNMP. I have the MindNode Reader. This is a great app, by the way. And you may have noticed that I used it recently. Please use the integrated software update to install a current version. And I hope my PC did not just crash because... Okay, no, we're good. So let's see if I can open it with the reader. This MindNode Pro. No, let's open it with this reader. Yeah, so it's huge. I mean, the one I did for the one I did recently. Oh, it's for readers. I'm trying to remember now what I even did it for. Anyway, it was extensive, but nothing like this. This is kind of difficult to handle, but you can zoom out. And yeah, this thing is massive. Let's try to find SNMP. Let's see if we can navigate this thing. Find. Is it not on here? Does that even work? Rip. Okay, I don't know what's... Oh, okay, there it is. There's RIP, I guess. SNMP. Is it not searchable? Okay, he's got it. Okay, there's QoS. So we should be able to find it under security. Good. Okay. IPv4. Storm control, DHCP snooping, port security. It's interesting that this is under infrastructure security, device security. This to me is really more, I mean, there is security here, but this is more of an infrastructure service. But that's how Cisco's classified it. So traffic, here it is. All right, it was searchable. v2c access control by communities and ACLs. SNMP server, community name, mode, ACL. Oh, you can do an ACL here? I didn't know that. See, we're already learning something. Okay. Not there. So I can do... Okay, too little screen real estate here, kind of triggering me. All right. Show run section SNMP. Wow, there are a lot of traps configured in here. SNMP server. Do show run. Okay, let's do this. How do we do this? Like this? I want to show and exclude. Cisco show and or. Okay, so you're writing the pipe does not support the AND operator. Oh, shoot. You can do multiple OR, but the above would show any, well, that's, you can use regular expressions. Oh, okay, okay. Can you now? All right, so I did this window. Where did my other window go? Here we go. For some reason today, like my screens are like really annoying me. Show run SNMP server. Okay, I don't want show Cisco show regex exclude. Where's the PDF? Check it out. These are all matches, though. You can't do filtering commands. Okay, begin filtering this show. All right, so let's just do this. Show. All right, so did I just close a window and then a second later I wanted to go back to it? I think I did. Oh, you can do that too. Okay. Display output lines that do not contain the regular expression. More, any command. Interesting. Let's try that. Gotta be a way to do this. More, show run. Show SNMP. Okay, show SN11. There's a lot of packets input. SNMP logging enabled, logging 2, 0 out of 10, 6 sent, 0 dropped. Okay. Interesting, it does logging 2, 192.168.10.62.162. So we should be able to do a SNMP server. Enable this all the way at the end. I just can't win. Let's just go. All right, SNMP server 192.168. 2.5.10. Oh, community name. Community. Cloud Eve. Access list. Okay. So I can probably have multiple communities and apply the community based on the access list. Nice. Okay. Good to know. Also, access can be further locked down to define views. Okay. Okay, so those are notes on SNMP. Good stuff. We need to refer to this more often here. Okay, so going back to the lesson. we have our different levels, right? So we have no auth, no priv, auth, no priv, and auth priv. And so auth is indicating authentication, and priv is indicating encryption. And again, this is just for the, this is not to encrypt, it's just to encrypt the authentication process, not all of the SNMP data. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a packet capture here in a minute. Yeah, SNMP v1 and 2 only support no auth, no priv. v3 supports any of the three. When you decide to use SNMP v3, the username will replace the community string. So as we see here, let's do a cap right now and just see what it looks like. I wonder if I can I capture on this? We'll capture on the router. That's cool that I can do that though. We got some sort of business here. Oh, that's right. I need to connect. Mr. Bankster, how are you this evening? I hope all is well. I need to connect to the IP address, so we're going to log out here real quick. GU. I'm doing good as well. Doing great. Wednesday. Been a productive week so far. I had a good time last night. Got to do a little meetup here. I did not stream last night because I did a meetup here in Orlando with some other folks from the community. And our VM is running well. Here we got this new SNMP free product working in the lab. So happy about that. And all right, this is our IP as of today anyway. We're labbing from Azure here. And now we can do a PCAP. So we should see pretty regular transmission of SNMP traffic. There's the Edge RP. I wonder how often it polls. Let's actually go over there here and try to trigger an SNMP poll. Did I lose my... VM window? I wonder if this will still work. Probably not. Shoot. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so let's go back to devices. This is us. This is router. We're doing router 1, right? IO, this is interesting. What does that say? Not much useful. Ports, event log. Okay, cool. 0 changed. No alerts, but I think that is a licensing thing. Yeah, I think that's why it says Yeah. Inventory. Serial number. Here's the IGRP. Number of neighbors. Number of routes. Oh, will it show us the routes? Oh, maybe not. Router ID, AS number, peers. Oh, it says the local port, peer port. Nice. So let's see if we got any data here. Interesting, DHCP, okay. Let's do SNMP. Oh yeah, okay. Here we go. I've actually seen this before, but let's take a look. UDP destination port 161, that's what we expect. And this is going from the server to the router. And this is a GET request. Request ID, these are the values, object names. So you got these different MIB objects. And then this is the GET response. We see the version. If we look at the header here, this is 8 bytes UDP, pretty basic. And then the SNMP traffic is 71 bytes. But as we see here, this is obviously in clear text. So let's mark this. And then let's switch over to v3. Just on router 1. Okay. So we're going to do SNMP Oh, that's cool because this lesson, since it uses Observium, it has what I need to do in Observium as well. SNMP server group Eve group, and then we're going to use v3 with this. And let's do priv. So it's going to be encrypted. By using priv parameter, we are selecting the auth priv security level, right? Because you have no auth, no priv, auth, no priv, or auth priv. So essentially privacy only goes with one of the options, which is auth priv, right? So there's a number of security levels here. We've got access, T's an access list. We got a context, match a criteria, notify, view, read view, write view. If we don't specify a view, then all MIB objects are accessible. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to go that granular right now. I'm going to say SNMP server user Eve or Eve group v3 auth md5, and this is going to be the password. So garden Eve, just for grins. Priv AES, we have different encryption levels we can use, right? 128. So we use AES 128, And then okay, interesting. So this is what this is saying is this user goes to this group, and this is the user's password. And then we also have to have a key, an encryption key. So then we have a new SNMP v3 USM user, persisting SNMP engine boots. Okay. It says that, interestingly enough, these users are not stored in the running configuration or in the configuration. Oh, did it finish? Okay, it says please wait. Maybe it's still working. Show running config. Include SNMP. So we have the group name v3 priv, but we do not see username, right? Do show SNMP user. Okay. Storage type non-volatile, active, authentication protocol, MD5, privacy protocol, AES-128, group name, Eve group. Show SNMP group. Do. ILMI, don't know what that is. That must be some default stuff. Interesting, so we've got Cloud Eve. Interesting stuff here. Read view. Then we got group name Eve group. Security model v3 private. Okay. Oh, in Linux, you can do SNMP walk, right? Let's try this. SNMP walk v3. User is Eve. Auth priv is the level. MD5. Password is Garden Eve. And the encryption key is encrypt me. And then it is 192.168.255 dot, I think it's 11. Invalid version specified. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Should say v3. Oh, that's pretty cool. Check that out. So it's doing a mid walk. Getting all that in the capture too, aren't we? SNMP can be talky. And this should be showing version 3. Does it show that in Wireshark? Oh, it says encrypted. Look at that. Privacy key unknown. Can I decrypt it here? Wireshark decrypt. Pretty sure we can. Okay, I just do it in the protocol section. All right. So many protocols. SNMP. Oh, I've done this before. Pretty sure. Username is Eve. Password is Garden Eve. AES and encrypt me. Yep, now I can see them. Nice. All right, that's pretty cool. Good, good lab stuff. All right, let's take this back out. And what does this say? Copy this entry. Did I crash it? Yeah, sure did. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's all right. I could have done that offline. Yeah, he's thinking about it now. He's like, yes, we know you quit unexpectedly. We are quite aware. All right, so let's go back to the lab. That's cool. The mid-walk is cool. And let's go back to Observium. Yeah, that mid-walk is slick. Mid SNMP walk. I've done that before with other tools, but not right from the CLI. So we need to go here and I think I need to edit this device. Properties, here we go. Connect via SNMP. Go away. Yeah, let's just delete it and add it back. Add a device. Here we go. Okay, 192, let's say 25.11. E3. Auth priv. Okay, here we go. Eve. The authentication algorithm, MD5. The crypto password is me. The crypto algorithm is AES. Okay, it doesn't really allow me to select much beyond that. Let's see if that works. Device added. Device has not yet been successfully polled. Yeah, I noticed it did not allow me to add which AES encryption type. And that's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. So that gives us a good idea about how it works. Really cool test. Good stuff, folks. I actually want to do another real quick packet capture, and then we'll probably wrap it up for this evening. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm getting both. Private key unknown. Nice. All right, that's what I wanted. So I want to get a request in, I'm assuming, is that v2? Yeah, v2c Cloud Eve. Okay, yep. And then, so let's mark. Oh, nice. It sequences them together. Get bulk request. Yeah, nice. There's a get response. And here's just a regular get. Oh, that's a bulk request as well. Are there any that are not part of a bulk request? Looks like they're all bulk. No, here's a regular get request, get response. Got to get bulk. And then we have the, oh, here's a report. That's interesting. And then we have some encryption. Nice. Yeah, and this shows SNMP v3. Do we get any responses? Let's do the walk one more time. So as I understand, it's not all the data is encrypted, but that was my impression. But let's see. Well, this can, like, this router doesn't have much to report right now. There's really not much on it. Man, this can turn into a lot of data on the network, right? I've seen this before too. Okay, this is the GET request. GET report, private key unknown. So it's actually encrypting all of it, isn't it? Like all the message data, we have the username. The username is not encrypted. But all the rest of the information is encrypted. Okay, that's good. I thought it was just authentication. Some of these messages are large. And message global data, you have message ID, message flags, security model, authoritative engine ID. Oh, yeah, so it's not. This is just the encrypted data PDU. How many bytes is that? 52 bytes. You're still getting some information unencrypted, but not much. Like it's just saying the MAC address, which you know already. If you look at if you're seeing this, you can see this on the Ethernet header. But yeah, this data here, 61 bytes. Most of it is in chunks, but of course we don't really have anything on this router yet. If we did, we might see more. There's 227 bytes. Yeah, and that's all encrypted. I'm going to include that one as well. All right. I think we're good to go. I'm going to save this. And we're going to call this SNMP v2, v2c, v3. Well, this is cool stuff. I've definitely learned quite a bit tonight about, I mean, I've configured this stuff before, but never really looked at it to this amount of detail. And we will plan tomorrow to take on COP, Control Plane Policing. Let's see what else we have on the agenda for tonight, folks. I will share this out to the this packet capture. I'll share it out to the GitHub repo, and I hope everyone has a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us during this lab. And again, if you want to do this setup yourself, these are the links. This agenda, this is going to be in my stream agendas posted in the GitHub repo as well. So you all have a great night. We shall see you back here tomorrow night again, labbing even more here in the LAN Tamer stream. Take care.